I'm underway on the PCT 2022, having left Chinook Pass back that way and heading up the trail to Snoqualmie Pass, which is about 70 miles away. Hoping to do 18 miles today and then camp somewhere with some water, and then 21 miles and then 25 miles, and hopefully get done in 3 days. We'll see. It's warm, a lot warmer than last year. It's going to get close to 90 today, and then probably into the low 90s the next couple days, so should be fun. Alrighty, well, James and I have parted ways. He's heading back to the trailhead, and I'm heading on up the PCT. We about 3 miles together up to Sourdough Gap and took in the view of Rainier from there, and now on I go. Saw a really big marmot with a really loud whistle, which was pretty cool. And it's a beautiful day. It's warm. It's really warm. Nice little valley down there. All right, I reached the junction with the Bear Gap Trail. Over here is Crystal Mountain ski area. There's a lodge up there and some lift stuff down there. And I think the cable car goes up that hill there. Or maybe that hill there, I don't know. Anyway, that's where I am right now. So I've gone about, 4 something miles, and still quite warm. So I'm happy to be in a section here that's gonna be a little bit shady. Well, it's just beautiful. I'm at about 6,000 feet. I've gone about, 5.5 miles from the trailhead. Got Mount Adams down there. And it's a beautiful trail, and crickets chirping, and flowers blooming. Down there's the Crystal Mountain parking lot. Lovely. So there's Mount Rainier behind me. That's where I've been. It remains beautiful. And it's a little cooler higher up here. So on I go. It's almost noon and I'm trucking along. I'm at about 6,200 feet. Nice and high up. So down here, again, Crystal Mountain. But I can see the gondola is going now there up to the lodge up on the hill there. Rainier still looking great. I'm going through a burn area right now. Adams has dropped out of view. Still warm. I will stop for lunch at some point the next hour or so and keep on trucking. Well, this burn goes on and on. You look down the valley there. Just amazing views. But yeah, lots of burn trees. I don't know when this burn happened. All right, well, the camera will not pick this up, but over there, I can actually see a little bit of the Olympics. I think it's the brothers with some snow on it. So that's pretty cool. Rainier, still representing. Burn area, still burny, but getting some trees in here. So it's noon. I've gone for 4 hours now, and I went about 8.6 miles. So I'm gonna try to get over this climbing section that I'm through here, and then stop and take a little break and have some lunch. Well, the views keep getting better. I'm over 6,000 feet now, climbing up to Bluebell Pass, and back behind me is Mount Adams, and then over here, Mount Rainier, looking huge. So it's fun to keep getting little views of it, huge views of it from different spots. So down there's Crystal Mountain ski resort area. So on I go. I've gone about 6.5 miles in a little over 3 hours, 3 hours and 10 minutes. So making good time. Gonna keep on keeping on. All right, I think I'm at Scout Pass. I don't know what's going on with my hair. It's good stuff. There's Rainier again, but I'm gonna be heading that away, definitely away from Rainier. There's more mountains up there, like the Central Cascades are in sight now, which is amazing. And so it's great. I've gone 9.25 miles in 4 hours and 15 minutes. And I might stop here to have some, no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep going. Have some food and maybe around 1 o'clock or something like that. So ran into a couple from Italy a few minutes ago. They are heading for Mexico as far as they can get. So they were really nice to talk to. And yeah, haven't seen anybody else for a couple hours now, so it's pretty quiet out here. Well, I've come upon a nice little creek through the meadow here. The guidebooks all say there's a spring near here, but since the creek is running, I'm going to fill up here. So I'm going to basically drink all the liquid I have and get everything topped up, and I'm going to stop and have a little lunch. It's going to be great. Well, down there, that is the spring, the piped spring. That's supposed to be reliable water all year round. There's definitely more water here than there was in the little creeks about a fifth of a mile back. But there it is. A little more challenging access here off the trail, but yeah, nice little spot. I also did not stop and eat lunch where I got water because it was a little buggy, just a little bit. So I thought I'll keep on going, find a spot in the shade, and you know, enjoy myself. I did manage to get my bandana nice and wet to cool off a bit and filled up all my bottles, so that's good. And yeah, I think I'll be in pretty good shape. So I stepped off trail a little bit to try to find a spot to eat, but these burned up trees don't make a lot of shade. There's tons of birds chirping, and there was a breeze for a moment. I thought, okay, a breeze will be nice for bugs and for keeping cool. But it wasn't totally reliable. And then I saw something on the ground, thought, what is that thing on the ground? Looks like maybe some paper or something, I don't know. So I came and got a closer look. It's a big vertebrae from some big animal, I don't know what. I'm not a vertebrae expert. Cool, huh? Well, this burn goes on and on. So according to my map, it's the Norse Peak burn. And I guess if it's on a map, it must not be too recent. But yeah, it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. So not a lot of shade here for me. Alrighty, I'm really enjoying lunch. Got my tortilla with salami and cheese in it, which is hitting the spot. I got some water and, don't mind my hand, and incredibly rare item, Chocobo. You know, it's ovo sport wrapped in chocolate. So that's gonna be a delicious little dessert, which should power me through the rest of the day. That was a lovely little lunch break. It's 1:45, and I've been looking at the map and stuff and thinking about things. Where I was gonna camp tonight is 6.4 miles away, and I'd get there pretty early. Or I could go on to Urich, the Urich cabin and camp area, which is 11.8 miles away. So I don't know. I might want to do that. Look at this big rock behind me. So we'll see. We'll see how things are feeling. I assume it's gonna start cooling down a little bit. Maybe not. I finally got a break from that burn area. It was just kicking my ass. It's back there, just hot sun and no shade anywhere, and that is rough. So I found a little grove of trees here where there's some shade. There's also 8 million bugs who don't want me to rest for even a moment. So I'm gonna hit bugs for a while and rest, have some more water, and then hit the trail again. Well, I've gotten to a nice spot here with a big breeze, which you can probably hear. Rainier, getting clouds on it. And then it's all burn over there. It just goes on and on. This is where I came from. More burn in that direction. So yeah, kind of a tough trail. Definitely very hot. Well, this is a new one for me. Looks like a mink. Very dead. A lot of flies. Huh, that's interesting. And gross. Well, this section is really kicking my butt. Climbing up. It's, you know, lovely out, but it's hot and sunny and not a lot of shade. I found a little spot here with a few trees. And there's lots of bugs, which are bugging the crap out of me. So it's a tough slog here. It's coming up on 3 o'clock. I got about 4 miles to go to the place where I was gonna camp, but I would be there at like, I don't know, 5, and that seems a little early. So I may keep on going. We'll see, I don't know. I need a rest, rest and some water. So that's Rainier, getting some clouds on it. Some clouds puffing up over there also. So it's not all clear blue skies, but boy, it sure is warm. And the burn continues. Never ending burn. So here's a map of where I am and where I've been. So hiked all the way up here. That's Norse Peak, for which the Norse Peak fire is named. And went through access points to Big Crow Basin, all the way to Martinson Gap, and further north. And I'm probably right about there on the map. And my plan was to keep going up to here and camp there. But I could keep going. Looking at the elevation, I am somewhere here. And it's going down, 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 down to Camp Ulrich. So since it's downhill, I'll see how I feel. You know, if I'm tired, I'll camp at, let's say, there. That's where my camp would be, the Arch Rock Spring area. So from there, downhill, I don't know. Could be great. We'll see. It's 4 o'clock and I'm just cruising along. Got about an hour until Arch Rock Spring Camp. This burn, I cannot get over this burn. It goes on and on and on. There was some moments where I wasn't in it and had some nice, you know, green trees around me, but here we are back in it again. You see the trail is way over there, that little bluff over there. So I'll just keep on going. It's kind of pretty, but it's also kind of bleak. I don't know how well those mountains in the distance show up, but they are spectacular, really jagged and snowy. I don't know, I mean, Central Cascades, but I don't know which mountains exactly. I don't know if they're this side of Snoqualmie Pass or that side of it. They're big though, so pretty cool to see them. There are some communication towers way over on that hill over there, which might be hard to see, that hill. And I got a little cell signal, so I sent a message home, which was nice. And I'm gonna keep going. I got less than a mile to go to the Arch Rock Creek Trail Camp, whatever it is. So I might stop there. That'll be 5 o'clock, or I might keep going another 6 miles to the Ulrich cabin. Let's see how I feel. I mean, I could stop, but I also keep going. So it's hard to know. It's like, I mean, extra 6 miles isn't great. If it was like 4 miles, that'd be a little easier decision to make. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so this is the area of the Arch Rock Spring Creek Trail, whatever it is. It's a nice little creek going through here, and a fair number of campsites. I just talked to 3 women who were heading south for 10 days, lucky them. And so I think I'm not going to camp here because it is only 5, and it's not like it's scenic or anything. So still in the burn, this burn which will never ever end. So I'm gonna keep on going, and I've filled up all my bottles, so my pack is nice and heavy again. And if I make it to the Ulrich cabin, great. And if I don't, that's okay too. I can just camp somewhere. But I definitely made it through this section of unreliable water. So there's so much water now, it's across the trail. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna be in good shape. Well, I've arrived at Camp Mike Urich, no L. The cabin is unoccupied. There's nobody here. So I think I'm going to stay in here tonight and look at this amazing meadow here. It's beautiful. So this is great. This was built by friends of Mike as a snowmobile camp. So I guess it gets a lot of winter use, but there's nobody here, and there's no bunks inside, but who cares? I can sleep on the floor. There's wood. There's a fire pit. It's gonna be some good living here. It's really buggy. The last half mile drove me absolutely crazy with the bugs. Just every time I felt back of my elbow, there was 1 or 2 bugs ready to die. So hopefully they'll go away, and this meadow will be a nice place to spend the evening. So yeah, this is great. I made it. Yay. So I got a little Trail Magic cooler in here with some water, and I grabbed a Mountain Dew because I didn't feel like having a rainier beer. There's some dish soap. That's maybe a board game, I don't know. There's some charcoal down there. Of course, there's a big wood stove and plenty of places to hang things up to dry. So I can do some serious laundry and get them to dry out. And there's tons of wood. Apparently there's an outhouse somewhere, so I'm gonna check that out too. Kettles, all kinds of good stuff. This is a nice spot. You got a little bit trashed by jerks, but that's all right. It's still pretty nice. And then up above here is actually a ladder up to a big loft. So tons of folks could sleep up there if they wanted to. Hey, it's 6:25 in the morning, and I'm on the trail. Woke up about 5:30 and thought, yeah, might as well get up. Sleeping in the cabin was great. It was got a little cool at night. That was fine. Weird having so much room around me and not being in a tent with a small amount of space. So that was nice. No condensation on the tent walls to deal with this morning, so that was good. Had my usual trail breakfast and got 2 bottles of water. It's 4.5 miles to the next water source, and then there's a 12-mile section without any reliable water, so I'll fill up all the way there. It's nice to be hiking while it's not at all warm yet, which is great, and no bugs yet, which is great too. I did get a blister on the side of my heel yesterday, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But I'll just keep an eye on that today, make sure it doesn't get worse. So yeah, it's a beautiful day, clear blue skies. Yeah, I would stay at that cabin again. It was great. Really a nice place. Just 20 minutes into my hiking day, and I already stopped to change shirts because it's getting warm. And I put on bug juice because the bugs were starting to be annoying already. So hopefully they won't be tough all day, and hopefully it won't get super hot, although forecast was for 91 today. So hoping that an early start lets me have a little bit of a rest time in the heat of the day, but we'll see. Well, we're definitely north of Mount Rainier, since you can see Little Tahoma so clearly now. And you can see tons of that burn back that way. That was just huge. So anyway, what am I doing? Going for about 40 minutes now. There was a road crossing. I think it's back there. A couple road crossings, and I'm actually on a road right now. So in a big turnaround area. Okay, it's about 7:45. I've gone 2.6 miles. Got to another burn area here. There's I think a road up there, or a huge cutout for the trail, and then lots of foothills over there. So this burn area is full of bear grass and these white flowered rhododendron. It's my big wildlife sighting for the day. Cute little fella. Well, I've gone 4.7 miles in 2 hours and came to the creek/spring to fill up on water. Next water is 11.8 miles away. So I think I should have enough now. Yeah, beautiful day so far, not too hot. It's 8:30, almost 8:30. Well, there we go. Big, huge sign saying what's up. Falls Creek Burn. Started by loggers in '88. Washington Correctional Crews. So this was someone's Eagle Scout project. Tony Fox in 1989. Nice job, Tony. Well, I'm hiking through Clear Cut, which has some trees growing in it for a little bit of shade. Have nice views of clear cuts, but also Rainier and other ranges. There's something up there that's catching the sun. Maybe it's those communication towers I saw yesterday. Alrighty, well, two things. I got blisters. I never get blisters, so that was kind of a surprise. One on my left heel and one on my right foot near my toes. So I stopped to deal with the one on the right foot. I guess you guys can't train for blisters. Second thing is I did some looking at distances and stuff, and I've gone 29 miles in 25 hours. So that's a pretty good pace, which probably explains the blisters. So yeah, so it's going well. It's not too terribly hot yet. I think it really helps to be in the forest here, which is super nice. Definitely better than going through burned areas. Actually, thing number three. In the last 2 days, I've seen more women hiking than men on the trail, which is interesting. So yeah, and I've seen a lot of people going south, and only a few going north, which I guess is how it is, since if you're going north, you have to either stop for a day to watch everyone go by you, or go really slow or really fast. So yeah, it's all good things. So I've reached another road crossing, unpaved roads, and it got a great view now of the Central Cascades. Just incredible. Alright, I'm at the Bear Creek Trail Junction, just a little bit below Blowout Mountain. It's in a little saddle, so there's views north and there's views south. Doesn't really catch on the camera, but there's some nice jagged peaks back there, or hills. So yeah, it's great. It's 11:07, so almost 5 hours on the trail today. Just ran into a guy from Belgium heading to Mexico. So yeah, it's been just a really good day of hiking so far. And I'll just have some water and keep on going, have lunch in a couple hours. All good things. I'm just getting really incredible views here of the Central Cascades. So yeah, Rainier well behind me now. I haven't seen it in a while. And that's pretty. There's more over there. There are so many logging roads through here. Here's another one. I mean, old logging roads with options to camp. There's a big clear cuts across the way there. But it's been steadily downhill for quite a while now. A nice talk with a guy named Ed, who said he's been working on this part of the PCT since 1972. So that's 50 years. He said this is his last part, going from White Pass to Snoqualmie. So good job, Ed. Good luck. Man, it's warming up. I'm gonna head on to the water source a couple miles away and stop there and have some food and some rest. It's 1 o'clock. Well, I have somehow missed a trail to the creek. I'm almost a half a mile back, and I'm very disappointed about that because it's all uphill and I don't want to go back to it. So the next creek, I guess, is like 3 miles. So I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna have lunch and think about things, and then get going again. Darn. Well, I did the one thing I said I wouldn't do, which was run out of water. I have a little bit left. Here's a very small creek. Next known water is 4 miles away. So I'm gonna dig a little hole over there and get some water out of this and drink a bunch, and then decide whether I want to camp up here or not. My feet are killing me. Alrighty, well, things are getting kind of tough. I just filled up bottles at a little stream. The next water source is 5 miles away. There's some campsites between here and there. I'm going pretty slowly. It's 4:30. So 5 miles in theory will be 2.5 hours, which would be 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna keep going because this camping area here was just buggy and unpleasant. So I'm gonna keep going. I don't know. If tomorrow it hurts too much to walk, then I will get to Forest Road 54 and hope for a cell signal and hope to be able to bail out somehow. But yeah, it's been a tough day. So I think I'm getting close to the top of Bear Butte Pass. Here's the campsite at the end of an abandoned road. And that's where I came from. Mountain nearest through there, and then I'm gonna head up the trail, still nice and warm. But that might be Bear Butte up there, maybe. Alrighty, well, it's been a big, long climb since Snoqualmie Pass. I think we're heading up Bear Butte Pass now. Feeling better. Maybe the ibuprofen kicked in, maybe the food and water kicked in, I don't know. My feet definitely hurt. So I've gone 20 miles today total, and there's a campsite and spring and stuff in like 4.7, 4.8 miles from here. It's 5 o'clock, so I'm just keep going. There's some other campsites between here and there. So we'll see. I definitely feel better moving, making progress than just sitting still. So I'm gonna keep going, see how it feels. At some point though, I'll be done for the day and my feet will be happy to be done working. It's really hot. My watch says 89 degrees, which is probably a little on the high side, but it's really hot climbing up this pass. Got a little spot of shade here. So I misspoke. It's Bear Paw Butte. Right there below the E of range is where this camp is. So here's the camp. And there's Bear Paw Butte. And in the distance over there, Chimney Rock and Mount McDaniel. So way over there by Dutch Miller Gap, way far away. So this won't show up on the video, but over there I can see the wind farm. That's kind of near Clallam. Over here we have some of the Central Cascades. And then back here, that's Bear Paw Butte. I was like just over there, not very long ago, hiking along that ridge. It's kind of cool to see the progress I'm making. It's 6 o'clock. I'm gonna keep on going. I've reached camp for the night. It's 7 p.m. I went 23.7 miles. This camp is on an old abandoned road. So here's a little view, little campfire area, and the road goes that way, and the trail is back there. And then 1/10 of a mile down the trail is a spring, which I didn't stop at, but I'm gonna go back down there and get water and brighten up and get cleaned up. And but first I'm gonna put my tent up just in case it gets buggy, so I can get up here and just dive inside. I am pretty tired. I just had a little snack, and it's a nice view up here. So I think I'll enjoy camping here tonight. Well, it's 8:30 in my tent, so I'm super tired. I got to camp at 7. I got water, got cleaned up, sort of, and made some dinner. That rice and pasta with chicken was pretty darn good. It's the spot. Had a little dessert, and just want to lie down for a bit, and maybe in a little while I'll check my feet. Give them a chance to dry out a bit. I don't know, worried about them. Had a nice chat with a guy heading south named Ryan. He's gonna go like another 3, 4, 5 miles today. So these people, man, if you really want to go a long ways quickly, you just hike all day. So I got a little over 22 miles to Snoqualmie Pass tomorrow, which means I've gone, 47 miles in 2 days. So that's pretty good. So yeah, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. I think I'll finish tomorrow. I mean, I assume my feet will hold themselves together enough till I get it done. So that's nice. Yeah, so all good things. I got plenty of water, and just gonna rest for a bit. So yeah, I mean, even though the feet weren't happy, it was overall a good day. Well, good morning. It's 7:15, so I'm getting about an hour later start than yesterday, which is fine. I slept like the dead really well. Maybe woke up once in the night, maybe, and I think I was probably asleep before 10. So my feet are a mess, and I got 22 miles to Snoqualmie Pass, so I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Got plenty of water, so yeah, should be another nice sunny day, and we'll see how it goes. This is kind of a strange section. I can't figure it out. There's lots and lots of small trees cut down and burned. There's just piles of them there. But other trees not cut. So I don't know if it's some sort of invasive species control sort of thing or what. But yeah, tons of piles of cut and partially burned trees. Very odd. I don't know if the microphone will pick it up, but these things are really humming and crackling. This is the third set of high power lines. Well, I've reached Forest Road 54, which is also called Stampede Pass. Pretty wide road. Down that way, there's a little lake. Looked pretty nice on the trail. And I guess if you go that way, you're gonna get to I-90, the shorter way. It's 8:54, and I'm doing great. So I'm not gonna bail out. I'm gonna keep on keeping on, even though I have my blisters and my feet hurt. It doesn't matter. I'm feeling pretty good otherwise. So yeah, gonna keep it up. So I'm still climbing up from Stampede Pass, but just got my first view of I-90 way down there. Of course, that's not where I'm going. I'm going to the pass. But still, you can see it and you can definitely hear it. So I guess I'll have civilization for most of the day today. I'll reach this nice little stream here. Says it's seasonal, but it's moving pretty well, and it's nice and cold. So I soaked my wrists and soaked my hat, which felt really good. It's about 3 miles to the next creek, and about 7.5 miles to Mirror Lake, 16 miles to the trailhead. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. It's a lovely little stream here. It doesn't get a name, but got that nice little pool down there. It's a great place to soak feet for a while. The next stream is less than a mile away, so I'm gonna head there and get water. I'm realizing today that the past 2 days were really dry. This is the first time it's felt like just a regular old Cascades kind of hike where there's little streams to cross and stuff like that, which is nice. So yeah, dip my hat in the water, get a little cooled off, and not have to worry about filling up bottles as I go. So nice section of trail. Recommend it. Well, that's Stirrup Creek, the biggest creek crossing I've had on this trip. It's a little buggy down there, but I got nice cold water. washed off a little bit, killed some bugs. So yeah, very pretty. Well, going from Yakima Pass to Mirror Lake is a big climb, about 500 feet. Super exposed, super warm. So I'm gonna take it nice and slow and get there when I get there. Well, I've reached Mirror Lake. I had 2 lunches and I'm trying to just rest and relax. It's kind of buggy and the lake smells a little swampy, so it's not the most charming spot, but it's a pretty lake. I got about 9 miles to go to the trailhead, so looking at sometime after 7 getting there, which is fine. So yeah, so here I'll give you a view of the lake and you see what it looks like. So yeah, very pretty. This would be totally reasonable, like overnight round trip hike to do. I could definitely use a nap right now. Well, I always feel better after having a break. So I'm hiking along Mirror Lake. I got totally confused about where the trail was leaving and went off in the wrong direction, but got myself turned around and heading the right way. A group of about, 10, 15 teenagers just went by. They're part of some volunteer group, so I guess they're doing some trail work and having a nice time. So I got 9 miles to the trailhead, a little bit more of a climb and then all downhill. So hopefully I'll get down there about 7. We'll see. It's still nice and warm. I've reached Cold Creek. It's great views of mountains over there and a little snowfield down here. So I guess it must be cold in here all the time. So the PCT gets to be on this unpaved road for about 1/4 of a mile. It's rough on the feet. Their feet are already beat up. So there's more power lines in the distance. You can pretty much hear the highway all the time now. Still 4 miles to go though. So way down there is Lake Keechless and I-90, which I knew I'd see eventually. So I must be getting close, right? Well, I've reached the ski area. So there's a ski lift there for Summit West, which means I'm super close. I can hear the highway, see the beautiful mountains. Just need to get across the ski slopes down to the road. Look at this amazing tread. It's so pleasant to walk on it. It hurts so much. Oh well. Not all trails can be pine cones and cushions. Well, there was one last little cruel climb up from Lodge Lake, about maybe 3/4 of a mile, climbing rough tread and big steps and rocks and roots and all that good stuff. I think I'm finally in the downhill section, about 300 to 400 feet of elevation to lose. It's a little buggy through here. And I'll be done. So it's 6:36. So I think I'm not going to be at the trailhead at 7, but you know, close to it. It's been a long, really hot day, but a good day. It's a little absurd, but the very best wildflowers I've seen in the last 70 miles are right here at the ski area at Snoqualmie Pass. They just go on and on and on and on. So I guess if you want to see flowers and you don't want to spend 3 days hiking, just drive on up here. Take a stroll in the meadow. Well, now that I'm almost done, I have some reflections on the heat. First thing, other people said this, I should stop every couple of hours and shoes and socks off and let my feet breathe a bit. So that's thing number 1. Thing number 2, I wrapped a wet bandana around my water bottle, and that did a great job keeping it nice and cool, even when it was super hot out. I had one bottle without a bandana and one with, and the one that did not have one, I basically couldn't drink the water, it was so warm. So that worked really well. Maybe next time I'll bring 2 bandanas if it's warm weather. And yeah, that's it. It was a great hike. Here's all of Snoqualmie Pass down below me, and I'll be off the trail here in less than 20 minutes, I think.